Welcome. It is the Real Talk with BRG. I am so excited today. Today is episode 12. We've held it down from number 1 to number 12, and we've given you great conversations. We've brought amazing guests, and you cannot tell me that you've not learned one or two from this show. So I am very much excited. As you know, my name is Ria Abdul, but I don't do this alone. Of course, we have
Sarah Smiles. You're welcome to the Real Talk with BRG.
Now, today is going to be very exciting because you know that we're going to wrap up season 1 in a very, very good light. My guest today is one that I would say I love so much. She's a woman that is doing great things. And I love women doing good things because I believe that what a man can do, a woman can certainly do it better and more better. Now, my guest is Dr. Ololade Abuta. I hope I got that correctly. And she is the CEO of Gracias Company as well. She's our guest. And today we're going to be talking about how to avoid property loss as well as demolition. Now, this lady is one you need to pick one or two from because she's quite intelligent, very vocal. She was an actress before. She transitioned from an actress and now one of the gurus in real estate. High five. Welcome.
Hi, welcome.
How are you doing?
Well, I'm fine, but I'm not a guru yet.
I hear that you are the best, actually.
Best real estate developer I know.
Well, I'm one of the struggling ones that is still trying to hold it down.
She's trying to be modest, it's fine.
I'm still one of the struggling one trying to hold it down despite the hiccups in the industry. So to some people, they feel we are tough, we are gurus because we are standing the test of time. We are still in the game despite the issues, you know. So it's not as if we are gurus. I won't call myself a guru yet because I'm still learning.
Okay.
And, you know, we learn in the business. Experience, they say, is the best teacher.
Yes.
So you will not understand what I'm trying to say, but my people out there would understand.
But how does it feel like to be here today? How do you feel?
Well, I feel good. And this is one thing I've been avoiding. Not with BRG, but with the general public. You know how podcasts can be. This is the second ever podcast I'm granting or I'm gracing. Because you know how the issue, you know, trend, you see this one is trending today, this one is trending for the wrong reasons. But this is a vital one. It has to do with the real estate sector. And we should be able to help people learn from the things we know, the things we learned in the hard way. We can help people by giving out some information, you know. So,
you know, one of the things I'm really inspired, you know, of you about is with regards to knowing that you started real estate as a single mother.
Of course I did.
And that inspired me so well. And there's no excuse for any single mother out there in real estate for you to now seize on this kind of opportunity.
No, it's you know, being a single mother, I'm one of the few people that is a bit vocal about being a single mother, and I deliberately do it. It is a deliberate act because I know a lot of people shy away from it. But I deliberately put it out there and I rub it to the public. You know, because being a single mother is actually not a big deal. It's just you choosing not to stick to some things that some people are sticking to. It doesn't make you a failure. It doesn't mean they are better off you. As a matter of fact, a lot of single mothers are better off a lot of married women today. Don't get me wrong. A lot of married women are also better off some single mothers. But being a single mother is not a big... I'm still a single mother till date. I'm a proud one.
But we can never tell love might sweep her away. But
I'm in love. I'm currently in love. I have a partner. I love my partner.
But you can never tell. You can never tell.
Okay, talking about marriage, right?
Yes, you can never tell.
Like I said, this is my second podcast. I said it on Yabojo's podcast as well, the Gold Room with Yabojo. I also said it there that at the point it is possible. Right now, it is a list of my headache.
Your worries.
If I want to be married, do you know how many proposals I get on a regular? When I was younger, they were saying when you go older, you won't see men. Me, as I'm growing older, I'm seeing married.
No, but you are hot. You are very. It's expected.
At times I'm wondering, wait, to what? Even after my twins.
Yeah.
You see, I'm a mother of 3. They will say, I want to marry.
They want to marry.
Okay, come back when I'm 50. For now, I'm busy. I'm hustling. I don't want distraction.
I can imagine. But let's talk about you. You know, we know that you have a background in acting. And I can see it in you already. I want to know about the transition. Why did you leave acting? Or let me not just say leave. Why did you transition from acting to real estate?
Okay, I did not transition from acting to real estate. When I stopped acting, I did other businesses. I had a wine shop, I had a boutique, I had a grocery store, I had a supermarket. I sold cars at some point. So that I did not. That's trying to tell you that I didn't transition. Yeah. But I left acting because when I got into acting, I went with the aim to make money. I was going to work to earn. But the industry then, I don't know how I think is a different ball game now. Then you have to come into it as a passionate person. You have passion for it. You be patient, work with the passion. I mean, I wanted to earn money. I didn't have passion for it. But people often say, you are very good at acting. I say, I'm not good at acting. But I don't know why people feel I'm good at acting. Well, I didn't go to it because I was good at acting. I didn't even see myself as a good actress. I did very few movies. Very few. I can count. Yeah. Very, very few. So I left when I was not making the money I was expecting. That is one thing that I always advise people when they come to me and say, what can I do? I tell them, choose what you are passionate about. Because when you are passionate about something, you have the urge to consistently push.
Yes.
If I was passionate about acting, I'll still be there. I had people that were there, they stood the test of time. Today, they are big brands. But I didn't have passion for that. So it brings me back to you starting a business or a career, go for what you have passion for. Even when you're not making the money at the initial stage, or when you are going through the ups and downs, you enjoy doing it. Yeah. So you have the urge to push till you get to the peak of your career.
But how has it been like, real estate for you? A beautiful woman in the real estate world.
Roller coaster.
Of course, I know, of course, it has to be very, very challenging. When you got into real estate, how was it like for you? Was it easy? Was it hard? How were you able to stamp your feet?
It was never easy. Still not easy. Especially in the country where we trade. This Nigeria is, I always call it a dynamic environment, a dynamic country. A lot of things are wrong. A lot of things are right. I've been opportune to do a bit of real estate outside Nigeria, and I can see the huge difference. I can compare, I can construct, It's not been easy. Till date, it is not easy. But we are here to stay. We go rougher. Because for some of us, it is too late to quit. We cannot run away. We have gone beyond. I tell people, when they say some people are scammers, I say, you know why I cannot scam in this industry? I have more to lose when I scam. Because I'm better off not being a scammer, because I have a lot at stake. Outside the real estate circle that you are aware of, I have a lot of things I do. So I cannot even afford to want to scam. How much is the scam? Peanuts compared to what I will earn if I do it legitimately. I don't have any reason to. But unfortunately, we trade in a country where at times your best is not good enough. And it sends out a wrong signal like, oh, this person has collected my money, they've not given me. I'm going to use I'll use one property as an example here. That property is called Peridot Heights.
Is that your property?
It's one of our properties. I bought that land from Lagos State Government. We bought from Lagos State Government. The CFO of that land is under Gracias Global Property. We put it in the market to sell at offline. Subscribers popped in because a good location, we had no reason to stop that project. But when we were constructing, after the first stage, I always insist on integrity checks when doing construction. We're trying to check, and the construction was not passing the integrity tests. We were not advised to move to the next stage. We kept checking. And I was like, we cannot move until we are told to, because to avoid calamity, it's a different thing if you don't know. But I cannot knowingly put myself into wahala, So after a lot of checks, we realized that in the neighborhood, some people have been dredging illegally. Or, they are dredging a part legally, but they are now dredging our own part illegally. They've been dredging, when they dredge where they're supposed to dredge, they are now coming to hoop sand from where we are constructing. A lot of sand has gone off underneath of what we are constructing. We didn't know that. So we had to stop that project. We had to refund people their money.
Wow.
Now, imagine that I was somebody that just started this business. Probably I went for a bank loan with the hope that, I'm buying this property from the government. No cost for alarm. I won't have any money issues. I won't have any. And I had that kind of issue. Do you know that alone can ruin somebody?
Yes.
That can make you quit.
It can make you quit. So imagine I didn't have options to say, we are refunding people. Are you ready to wait? If you're not ready to wait, let's give you your money back. Or let's move you elsewhere. We give clients those options. So if somebody that doesn't have the strength or the backup that I have had gone through that, the clients that subscribe will refer to that person as a scammer.
Scammer.
So that is bringing me back to saying that a a lot of us are in this industry not to scam anybody or not to default deliberately. A lot of defaults you experience they're actually not deliberate. Yeah. They're actually not deliberate. That's why I keep saying I'm not a guru. Anytime anybody say, guru, I'll say, hey, it's only me that know where my shoe is pinching me.
Exactly.
You know, so at times you can never be too careful. Yes. That was what brought out this particular. Look at the example I cited. It was a very straightforward one. Like you feel so secured because what else? If you buy from the government, that's the height. You feel you are covered. Yeah. The fund to do the project was not the problem. But at times you cannot be too careful, and that happened about 2 years ago. We are still waiting for stability of the structure before we go back to sites. You know, so. The industry is not easy. It's not easy. But we are not going to give up. Mm-hmm. If I start to cite instances of hiccups, it's a lot.
So that means even the fault is not entirely developed. It's not entirely developed.
It's not always. I always tell people when they call me to report some developers, I'll say some people just left because they cannot stand the test of time. It's not everybody that has the backup. It's not everybody that has that strong head that, okay, this one is failing. Yeah. My first few projects in the industry failed. I knew people that gave up. But me, I say, Kini, we die here or we live here.
And I feel like it's because you were passionate about it. Yes. I feel like you have passion with real estate.
Yes.
Apart from the fact that you are making money out of it, you're actually passionate as well.
But actually, the headache is now more than the money itself. So I'll say it's passion.
It's the passion.
Because the headache, the wahala that comes with it at times. But we are now getting it right. The good thing is we are now all getting it right. We are trying to partner with the government on how, because it's actually unfair on both investors and developers to keep losing money, to keep, you know, how hard it is to make money. You know, it's not easy. Even people abroad, some of them 5 jobs. 3
10 jobs even.
Yeah. In the cold, they leave their houses early in the morning just to make ends meet, just to now, after paying bills, squeezing out some money to send home for investment. So right now we are trying to put a lot together as an association, and the government is ready to support us. So moving forward, I'm sure it's going to get better. It's getting better in bits, but I'm very sure in a couple of years, all these hiccups, all these ups and downs will stop. So when anybody coming into the industry is coming with,
for them. But let's talk about your company, you know, Gracias, you know, you're the CEO of that company. How was it like setting the company up? And from everything you've been saying, I know you're somebody that you have stood the test of time, even with the challenges that you have faced. Talking about the company, running the company, as women, I know we do all, but sometimes it's difficult as a woman, being on top, being that one that is the boss, you know, speaking to men, leading. A lot of men do not understand women leading. And I'm sorry, but it's the bitter truth. How have you been able to navigate all of that?
Yeah, well, I've always been lucky to have good people in my team. The ones that were bad, they fell off.
They fell off, okay.
They fell off, like, but I've been, then I'm not just a team leader, I'm a team player. I relate with my workers as if we are friends. If you get into my office, if you see me, you think I'm the staff, they are the bosses, you know, and because they know that I can do it without them, that's one thing. Any business you want to set up, set what you can do without anybody. So when they say that even you don't have peace of mind. They too, they will not have too much peace of mind. But when you go and sleep, they will sleep. But when they say that madam is even or helter-skelter, they will support you. And when you're good to them and they understand that it's a win-win thing, you know. So for Gracias, right now I don't even run only Gracias. I run several other firms. Yes, but they are not as pronounced as Gracias. But we've been doing it. Then I'm always a fan of partnership. You know, no one is perfect, and no one can stand alone. Whether we like it or not, your leg will pain you at some point. So it's always good to have support. And when you're open-minded and you're ready to share your profits, you're not greedy, you're not a user, people will support your dream. When they know that it's a win-win thing. The more we progress, it's better for all of us. And it's been very easy to run right now because we have the realtors. We have them as groups as well. So there are some things that we should have stress facing. They are facing it. So it's like a division of labor, kind of a sweet partnership. They have their own expectations. We have ours. And in togetherness, we are trying to push. We've tried for this industry. We started from nothing. A lot of us came together a lot of unemployment out there. People came together. We started this, and a lot of us started not with the intention to scam anybody, because we talk among ourselves. We share visions, you know. So I know some people you cannot have 100% good eggs. Exactly. Some people also have their own K-leg. But I'll say, to an extent, I can beat my chest that most people in this industry, now this is our league, they didn't come to scam anybody. Yeah.
But, let me ask you something personal, because, when we started, you spoke about being a single mother, which you're proud of, and you always say it. As a very beautiful woman as well, I must say, how do you deal with advances for men running a company as well? I'm sure that sometimes you've gone to offices and, I really want to know, how have you been able to navigate that?
Hey, that one is a very good question. And that is why, if I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you see that at every given opportunity, I address my partner. Although I don't want him, I'm not ready to put any man out there, because I don't have time for drama.
They say it's when you put them out there, they start acting up. So
it's not that they will act up only. These days, no man is perfect. By the time you put them out there, you start hearing what will be making you sad. So it's better you just know your own. Yeah. You see them as an important personality on your own.
True.
By the time you put them out there, they will start abusing them. They will not abuse you.
In 2027,
they will not give you.
In 2020, this was his girlfriend.
And you know why I even prefer private relationships?
I love private.
It's very easy to move on. Yeah. Nobody's counting anything for me.
High five! I love it. I'll tell you.
Nobody's counting anything for me. Wow. I tell people, if I have my way, if I'm to talk to women, I'll tell you, your first marriage should only be your known marriage. Yeah. Yeah. If you have a failed marriage and you're going to any other marriage, you can have a private marriage and you will live happily ever. Because if you're going into another marriage and you're shouting, I'm happy, you don't know what that marriage has in stock for you. Yeah. Because I noticed that some people will say, when they're talking about marriages, you don't even do butterfly. So what's my business with butterfly? Because when they enter, you don't know what they want to go and face there. I don't envy anybody. If you come and say anything about your marriage, that's your cup of tea. Yeah. Because I know that everybody has what they are not saying. Yeah. You understand? So talking about, let me come back to the advances. That one is serious.
Because even though you have a partner, I know people that you see them with their ring even, and men are still asking them out. So I don't even think you saying a partner. So how do
I always say my partner, and they still disturb me.
Of course. It's
every given opportunity, I say, which can
How do you navigate with this body, this face? How do you do it?
I would say my man is capable. I will give them, I would say you cannot even do half of what my man is doing for me. If I tell you to go and buy one bag now, go and buy one set of diamonds now, you will run. So please, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm very playful. So I'll play with them and say, Emma Yonde, me, Kiniko, I'm a mother of 3, I'm a Kiniko, but I don't disrespect them because men will always be men, even when you're married. These days, marriage is not even...
Have you ever lost deals because you didn't agree to any someone? No. You've never? Okay.
I don't lose deals because I'm a very friendly person. Okay. I later become their friends, their sister. I'll just change it. Mommy, my brother, my big brother.
Brother zone them.
Brother zone them. And I always talk about my partner on my page because that page, even my staff in charge of my media page, I'll ask her at times in a week, give me reports. She will say 50 toasters, 5 inquiries from clients. I will say, which kind of wahala be this? So you people will look at me at this stage of my life and think if I even want to go out with a man, it will be somebody that is toasting me in DM. Which responsible man will go inside DM?
Well, people are getting married from DMs, actually.
They are married. They are getting married to me. You cannot come and toast. I won't even see you as a responsible man.
I don't read my DMs, actually, for that, so I get
I have my staff, I have them go through my DMs because, complaints at times. Some people have complaints about office, about businesses, about properties. So I always tell them, go through, let me know the complaints, but weekly. What is the report? Madam, it's 50 toasting. 2 inquiries. I say, you and the toasters, you people are not serious. You people should get the hell out of my DM. What kind of nonsense is this? And I deliberately talk about my partner because I appreciate the fact that he has agreed to be private. It's not easy for a man to want to be private.
Your partner, so you don't... I was going to ask something very private and I'm like,
no, go ahead.
No. No, I'm not.
So, I'm very blunt and straightforward. If it's what I want to answer, I will answer.
Honestly, that's fine. So what are your views on the current state of the Nigerian real estate market, the demolitions, the housing deficit, the whole... What is going on presently?
The truth is, we are used to... I don't like to use this word, but at this point, we'll have to be honest with ourselves. We are used to a lot of illegalities in this country. So legal things at times look like stress to us. let me tell you one thing. Let me give you another instance about demolition. One of my property got demolished recently.
Oh, wow.
It got demolished because of an expansion of a road. But because I did all I am supposed to do on that property, I got compensated.
Okay.
Demolitions can happen. Due to, what's it called? New areas, new road, new discoveries. The government can demolish your property, but they will compensate you if you have done what is right or if your structure is staying on the right path.
I was about to ask that, does the map change? Because I know that it's in the map.
You know, Nigeria is still, we are not that broad yet.
Wow.
So at
so
times
we can't
it can
even
change.
focus on doing a search as a due diligence.
Now that's what I talked about. One of my property being demolished recently. It's not even the whole property, it's just an expansion of a road. Part of the property. It's called right of way. But if you have a building approval, they will compensate you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's why they even tell you give a particular setback.
Okay.
The property that got demolished, if I had done a proper setback, that part that went will not even go.
Okay.
So doing searches, demolitions will not stop until you are ready to be realistic. Out of all the property that were demolished, did you see anybody post their building approval?
No.
If any of them had a building approval, they would have posted. Yeah. Somebody's house, a colleague, one of some of his multiple structures were marked for demolitions. But because he had a building approval, he did not demolish those properties. The government will not just demolish your property because you don't have a building approval. A lot of constructions don't have building approval. They didn't have, but now they are having due to the amnesty and all of that. But they will only demolish your property if it's going to cause hazard. To the, to the community and all that. So yes, you can depend on search. These days, if you do your search, you do your building approval, you wait. When they tell wait, we are coming. Not that you believe that you've gotten a land that has CFO. You want to start building. It's not the entire portion of CFO that you have to build on. There are places meant for drainages, roads.
Yeah.
A lot of things. We need all of us to sit down in one hall and teacher will come and teach us for like 6 months. A lot of things, there are lots of things that a lot of people don't know. Even me, I didn't learn anything related to real estate before I got into the real estate sector. But me, I'm a very inquisitive person. So I learned on the job and I'm always asking questions. I'm always asking questions. Even till date, I still ask questions. So I learned a lot on the job.
Asking questions.
So the demolition thing is going to, now that, like I said, that we are trying to do a strong partnership between the developers. And we have a strong association and the government now. Moving forward, we won't have issues.
Yeah, and that I was going to come to moving forward.
Moving forward, we won't have a lot. If people are ready to do the right thing, we won't have. It will reduce drastically. It will even stop because they're also not happy demolishing.
Yeah.
How many houses do we have?
Painful.
It's very painful, but at times they don't have a choice.
Yeah, it's very important what you just made mention of. But this particular chairman, Mr. Tokunbo Wahab, many people made mention of this comment, and I felt like sharing it with you. So you let me know what your opinion is with regards to that. That, yes, they are doing it for our own good. However, they should bring the social media in, like, they should let the social media know that in the next 1 week or in the next 2 days, we are coming to demolish this place instead of just coming.
That's
and then all the people
Who said that? Was it Tokunbo that said that?
No. The people want them to do that.
My sister, do you want
just showing empathy?
Should I be honest with you? No government official has ever demolished any property overnight.
Yeah, it's not possible.
It is not possible. They give even shanties.
I think it's one of the people saying otherwise.
They give enough time to. They won't just come and demolish. It's impossible. Nobody demolishes anything overnight. It's impossible. It goes through. Even the commissioner you talked about cannot sleep and wake up and demolish. He has to go through approval. I don't think he has that power. He doesn't even do it on his own.
He doesn't even have
when
the
they
power.
notice something that they have to, it goes through. There are several offices it goes through. Nigerians, like I said, we know how to. Nigerians
to twist stories. No. I give it.
Nigerians, we are like that.
Yeah.
But what I would say is it is possible that some people were not aware. Yes. When they came to paste it, they were not in the house. You understand? But they cannot possibly come and knock at your door. What they do is publication. They serve notices. They take pictures for their own evidences. They go. If somebody else's comes and remove it, they are not responsible for that.
I feel like those pictures, they can also post it on social media for
moving
evidence.
forward. Okay, you're saying this now. I'll also communicate this to them. I'm sure they will even be happy. I'm sure they would have been thinking towards this direction because the bashing recently. So I'm sure they also want to let people know, okay, we've posted now. You know, there was a day somebody was throwing dustbin inside one house when Mr. Tokumbo posted something. Look at this house now in the middle of Kana.
But they arrested them. I think they arrested those people.
That one that was trying to pour. Look at the day that it was
exactly.
There was
that was really disheartening.
Now still went to pour.
That was very disheartening.
You know, so this is a very good note. I'm going to crop this part out of this video and send to them. So when they want to go and demolish anything, they should post on the Lagos State handle, demolition handle. They should have demolition handle.
Do they have demolition handle?
They need to create demolition handle and post it there.
Yes.
And say, okay, because Mr. Tokumbo, that's his personal page. So it can be copied, it can be tagged. They should post that. We've served them notice for 3 months or 2 months. So nobody goes overnight. So.
Yes. So what are the bodies for intending buyers? What are the regulatory bodies we should look out for?
The first thing as an intending buyer now, as a developer or as a buyer?
Yeah. As a buyer, like as an investor.
Okay. If you are buying land, you go to lands. If you are buying houses, you have to check if your house, you ask them for their document, building approval. You can go to LAPSCA.
LASPPP.
No, it's not LSDPC. The Lagos State Building Control Agency. You can go there.
Yeah, LAPSCA,
LAPSCA, you can go there and you can ask them, okay, is this building approval legit? Yeah. Can I go ahead? But we are trying to, the advocacy is the issue. And that's what we are trying to do with Reader now.
Okay.
Because a lot of people need to know a lot of things. Okay. And we are trying to be careful, we don't want it to look like it's a witch hunt, that we are trying to spoil some people's businesses and all that. But like I said, moving forward, a lot of things will change. A lot of things will change for better.
Yes. What is REDAN?
REDAN is Real Estate Developers Association.
That's one we have Dr. Aspire as the
current. No, he's not the president. He's the current chairman.
Okay.
Yes, the current chairman.
As the chairman. So, but then, do you want to say something?
No,
somebody said something that if the government had done all these drainages decades back, all these problems would have been prevented.
That's also my point. That was why I said I've been opportuned to do real estate outside Nigeria, and I can compare that we have a lot.
There's a huge difference.
Because even if you go to rural areas, as in push to buy a property, for example, in Atlanta, the things that should be in place are already in place. So when the developer is coming in, the developer is tapping from what the government has done easily. You know?
Yeah.
For Nigeria, we hope it gets better. And like I always say, the government needs us. We need them as well. It's just like
it's a win-win for the both of you.
It's a win-win. They cannot do it on their own. How many houses do they want to build? For developers, we are ready to work. They should just make it easy for us. And they are trying now because there's a good communication system now.
Do you see hope with this particular government?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because some people will say, I'm supporting them. No.
That's why I asked, do you see hope? Because, Nigeria has always complained about bad government.
Me too, I'm complaining. If you follow me, you see why I complain at times. Some people will say, why are you complaining? I don't know your people. Reality must set in. We are all complaining.
Yeah.
But when somebody says, this government is bad, I'll say, well, I'm not saying this government is not, I'm not saying they are perfect, but I'm saying whatever we are suffering today is not them.
Okay.
Nigeria is just like this seat now. Yeah. I came today with my big bumbo, I sat on it. I'll go. Somebody else will come, sit and go. Yes. One day, somebody like you can just sit and it will break. They'll say, hey!
True.
So as slim as you are, you broke that chair. The day that Madam Gracias came, Seth, with her big bumbo, the chair did not break. But I have sat here. I'm sitting here today. The chair is a bit weak with my size. Do you understand? Yes. So whatever we are passing through, today in Nigeria, it has been eaten up in bits. Because people, when I see things like comparing previous governments was kiniko naira to dollar. Now this is this. I say, okay, whatever we are suffering today, all those previous governments people are addressing, and they are thinking that it was better. All this. Look at the last one. Look at all the kind of billions they are calling. Yeah. Imagine the ones that had gone decades ago. It's Nigeria's matter is beyond one person. We cannot crucify one person for Nigeria. But we are all hopeful for a better country because we cannot run, all of us cannot run away.
Yes.
For somebody like us now, we cannot even jackpot. It's not every day you can even jackpot.
I heard that the people that jackpot are now coming back. You know, there's a new trend that it said people that are jackpot are now coming back.
Hey, because it's not easy out there as well.
Of course, it's not easy.
It's
out
not
there.
easy.
Home is always
I'm
home.
sure a lot of people will not have jackpot if not. I have a lot of friends that used to say those days, God forbid I cannot jackpot. All of them has jackpot today. But me, someone like me, I can't jackpot because business and all of that. But despite the fact that I can't jackpot, my family is not here.
Yeah.
You understand? So at times I wish the country was what we wanted. My family would be here with me. A lot of people are abroad not because they want to be there.
True.
You know that feeling of you being in your country, I just hope we get it right.
And I hope the education also gets right as well. Because
The what?
the educational system in
In
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Because a lot of, even the big people, we have their children schooling abroad. Like, it's very rare to see a big man's child schooling in Nigeria, which is so...
Is it about just the education? It's a lot. Because they want to build security for their children's future.
Yeah. But the thing is that we can make it work here.
That's what we all want right now.
We're hoping for, yes.
We are hopeful. Me, in part, I love Nigeria. I hope there's going to be light, a very bright light at the end of the tunnel. Because we cannot continue like this. This is not even sustainable. Even this current economy, like I say, is not even sustainable. This one should not even. There had better be light at the end of the tunnel. Because if not, there's going to be problem. It's not. We know of inflation. It happens. But the last one was not organic. It was so artificial. The inflation rate is I don't think I've heard of it before. I asked questions a lot. I was like, in the history of Nigeria, because it's like
it's
so
the highest.
I don't know, Nigeria. We'll pray for our country.
Amen.
We'll pray. We'll pray for our country.
Ma'am, why do buildings collapse? We've talked about demolition.
Okay.
Now we're talking about...
I gave you an instance of that. Brings me back to what I talked about in one project that we were doing.
Yes.
If we don't do integrity tests, that building would have continued. And in a couple of years, it will come down. Some people don't do what they should do.
Integrity tests.
Building approval is very important. When you do your building approval and it's complete, the building control agency will check you at every point. It's always good to use them. At the point I had an external, it was a consultant. I had him check my people for me. You know, that man went on site one day, and this man, his WhatsApp picture was Jesus Christ. This man went on site and told my engineers that they should give him a particular percentage of the contract that he was going to pass anything they do.
I was about to ask that question.
It
in
happens.
The government sector.
It's not in government sector. That one is a neutral body.
It's a neutral body. But does it happen in the government sector?
It doesn't happen. Because before they will mark anything for you, hey, they have, government officials are always very careful. I tell people, there's one thing people don't understand. A government official can allow you to do some things. Maybe because we know and all that. Yeah. But they won't approve. You won't see them approve it. They can tell you, okay, when you go and beg, maybe they close your site, you go and beg, please. They say, okay, chiffon, but quickly go and do what you are supposed to do. They are not going to say, okay, like they won't say, you have done what you've not done.
Yeah. True.
But out of beggy, okay, let's give you a bit of time. If you do your building approval with the people I know in that sector, that's Lagos State Building Control Agency, the general manager is a no-nonsense man. He's a very straightforward man. He will just say, go and do the right thing. And when you do the right thing, it's even better for you.
Better. It saves everybody trouble.
It saves everybody. I don't know why we want to rush and do the wrong thing that will wait for us in the future, that will cost us more.
Cost us lives even, because people can die if it just falls
so for building collapse, that's one of the advocacy Redan is going to put in place. Beautiful. People need to start, because I'm sorry to use this word, we have a lot of beautiful nonsense structures. After painting, after putting flower, you say, this house is fine. By the time you enter,
substandard.
No. Then why? The most dangerous thing about construction is, unlike, when you dress up now, you say, okay, this is my outfit. I don't let me change my top. It's not, you cannot change a top.
Exactly.
Yes.
Or change a foundation when something, you understand? It's like taking the entire building down. So it is better for you to even get it right. It is safer for you. You have more peace of mind when you get it right. So the advocacy is one thing we are going to work on with REDAN, the Real Estate Development Association of Nigeria.
But what role do you play in REDAN? Because I know you've mentioned it a lot.
The previous administration, I was the PRO.
Okay.
But this current administration, I didn't even contest for anything.
Why?
I was just not interested.
Was it bad? Did you have a bad experience?
No, it wasn't. It was a good one. I just needed to pay attention to my own thing. You know, it's a bit tasking. I avoided the task, but right now it's as good as I'm still facing it, you know. So right now, I'm the chairperson of the Contacts and Public Alliance on the national level.
Okay.
And for Lagos State, I am one of the advisory board members in charge of public relations and public management. You know, the alliance is still in line with bringing us together and, you know, serving as an intermediary between the developers and the government officials. Basically, that's.
You have a lot of hope in them. You think that
I am very hopeful. I am very positive. Yeah. What we need now is to solidify the current pace at which we are running. We just need more solidarity. We need a synergy between us and the government. We need to synergize the relationship. With that, the sky will be our starting point, because we are out there. We when it comes to real estate investments, we do more than the government. Because we are many. Yeah. You know, if the government can cooperate with us, and if we can also cooperate with them, do the right thing. They are not asking for too much. Mm-hmm. They're just asking us to do the right thing. And we're also not asking them for too much. We also want them to give us a soft landing. Yeah, sure. I don't want to sound one-sided. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we just need to come together. If we are together, everything, because people still want to buy real estate. Yes. People want to invest in real estate. Mm-hmm. People are losing hope on on a regular basis, and if anything still gives them that hope, they will still invest. Yes. Because it is one thing you cannot run away from. No matter the sector you find yourself, you can't run away from real estate.
Yes, and that brings me to ask that: how can infrastructure development reduce the risk of demolitions in Nigeria?
Okay, let me now say one thing that people don't like to hear. You know, infrastructures are not cheap. Yes. Infrastructures are not cheap. Mm-hmm. If you want to be realistic, not everybody can be a property owner. Mm-hmm. Not everybody can afford what it takes to own properties. Mm-hmm. But because we want to encourage affordable investments and all of that, we try to do affordable and all that. That still takes me back to something that I always want to say these days. A lot of people should start looking outside Lagos State. Lagos is not for everybody. Mm-hmm. Lagos is not as affordable as it used to be. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, demand and supply. When the demand is high, you know. But if we can put in good infrastructures in place, we will have a perfect environment. Yes. We will have less risk. We will have less headache. Because when a house is going down, somebody that is building substantial, it probably sold very cheap. Mm-hmm. He's trying to cut costs in accordance to what he sold. Yes. But if you start facing reality that, okay, house, sorry, guy, you cannot own a house. True. You can co-own. We can start looking into co-ownership. Yes. 5 people can own one house, rent it out if you want. You understand? True. So let's start doing good infrastructure. It's going to be expensive. It doesn't come cheap. Yes,
exactly.
If you can get it right, it will also help.
You know, but
we are not ready for that topic.
I know, right?
Like
it's been a fantastic time with you. I have really learned a lot, and I'm sure our guests have as well. But before I let you go, I'm sure you have some words of encouragement for young girls that want to get into real estate, young girls that want to do business. You know, I just want you to use.
So it's only young girls that you're talking. I beg, it's not only young girls. Everybody that want to enter real estate.
No, but most especially the young ones. Let's look out for
girls.
them.
Young people.
Young girls especially.
Let's encourage guys as well.
Because women find it more difficult, actually.
Yes, I
feel like men find it more difficult.
No, women find it more difficult.
When I started, I was the only woman that was on our own in our midst. We had women supporting their husbands. Mm-hmm. You know, we had women with their couple. Yeah. But in our league, I was the only woman standing on my own. And people were looking like, Ilon Shele, this one, smally. I was in my early 30s. I started when I was 31 or 32. Okay. You know, so, and one thing about me, I don't share my dreams with people. If I want to do anything, I don't tell people. And that's one thing you should hold on to today. Yeah. If you have a plan, don't discuss it with people because they will discourage you. If I had discussed my real estate dream or business with even my sister or people around, they will say, what is wrong with this one? Who will buy from you? Yeah, sure. I did not discuss with anybody. I jumped on it. Even when I started, they were like, hey, this girl don't go past her boundary. Hey, this and that. You this small girl. This and that. Wait till you find go there. People were just saying different things. But I was like, it's possible it's possible I failed. Not everything is successful. It's not everything you put your hands into that will be successful. But you never can tell the one that will be successful. So in your best interest, don't share your big dreams with anybody. Even if you think the person is also a big dreamer, don't share it. Start. And for young people that want, even the elderly people, we have elderly people that want to start real estate. It's not only young people. True. But for girls, yeah, you can start. But now it's not easy. It's not as easy as it used to be now. You know, it's saturated. Yes. It's saturated. So, but you can start as a realtor. I started as a realtor. Yeah. When I had my wine shop, my boutique those days, I was always advertising properties to people. So yeah, I started as a realtor. So anybody can start. But when you start, it's very important that you understand one thing as you are entering this industry. Don't get carried away when you start seeing money. Because inflow is different from profits. Yeah. You know cash flow when it's coming in. And you are the signatory to the accounts. And you are seeing, it's not your money. Yes. So the moment you get carried away at the initial stage and you see the money and you start lavishing, that is the first step of failure for you. So even when you start and you can now differentiate from your inflow and your profits, still don't lavish your profit yet. Put your profits back into the business because you will still face agbako. You will still face calamity. Yeah. You will still lose some things. In the real estate, with the system we operate with today, if it changes tomorrow, that you now have 100% guarantee because abroad you don't lose money. But in Nigeria of today, be prepared for losses because you will face some.
Amazing. It's been great having you. Yes. Thank you so much.
So if you can differentiate between your inflow and your profit, it will help you, guide you through. You would not make mistakes of lavishing what you should not lavish.
Or lavishing what is not your own.
What is not your own. So you not end up in EFCC custody.
I know, right? It's been amazing talking to you. Thank you so much. You're such a powerful woman. And I pray that God will grant all your heart desires. Amen. And where you want to get to, I pray you definitely get there. Amen. In Jesus' name. Amen. You see, I prayed for you.
Amen. So
all right, guys, it was a fantastic show. You know, I just love seeing powerful women who keep changing the narrative in their various fields. And that is what she's doing. It's been a beautiful season 1. And I'm sure you've enjoyed every good thing that we shared with you. Not to worry, we're back again with a banging, spectacular season 2. I'm Ria Abdul.
And I'm Sarah Smiles. See you on the next one.
All right. Bye.